Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends. Welcome here. I hope you are well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. And if you are somebody who is just brand new, because we had a lot of people arrive over the last couple of days, welcome here. I hope you'll say if you are new in the comments, and I'm always in the comments watching and trying to get to know you guys just a little bit. Thanks for supporting each other. If you are looking for a reading for the week ahead, look no further. And my readings don't have any dates or times. The readings are always for the week ahead whenever you find them, today, tomorrow, or next year. We're going to start with the Archetypes deck. We're going to go from here with these other oracle decks, and then we are going to throw some tarot on a 9-card spread. Let's find out what's going on with Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. What's going on for Scorpio? We've got the Father. Interesting. Got the Father, and it says here, the light attributes, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light with a tribal unit, within a tribal unit. So I feel like I'm speaking to a Scorpio who could be a father. You could be someone who's both father and mother. We have father, but fathers are masculine leaning usually, and not always, right? That's not a hard and fast rule. But also that they have feminine energy as well as masculine leaning energy. So I feel like I'm connecting with somebody here who is a good leader, has a talent for creating and supporting other people, having other people follow them, that you're a positive guiding light and you like to see others do well. It's like you're a positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So within your friend group or within your family, maybe you're the father of the family, but maybe you're the oldest brother. Take it as it resonates for you, but you are somebody who always is spreading your light, and you have a talent of creating and supporting people. So we have Midas, the miser. It says here, the light attribute is entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. That's Taurus, right? So you could be dealing with a Taurus for sure. Maybe your father is Taurus. Could possibly be that. But it feels like you are somebody who motivates others in this entrepreneurial energy that you have. You convince them that they can turn anything to gold, and you delight in sharing in life's riches. So I feel like you are somebody who enjoys the stuff that you have and you like to share it with other people. Tell me more about Scorpio, please. Tell me more about Scorpio. We have doubt. Doubt says, I release the need to know all the answers. So I feel like that's how you go through life. You're like, I don't know if that's going to work out, but my heart is telling me to do it. My energy is telling me to do it. And so I am going to do it. So although, and doubt, this card here is like, I release my need to know all the answers. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I think you already are, Scorpio. I think you are comfortable with being uncomfortable, but I think that's what you're teaching others. Is teaching them that they need to also be uncomfortable without knowing the ending. Look, I'm a tarot reader, and I do a lot of relationship readings, and a lot of those people come to me and say, tell me when, give me a time, and they don't realize that that's not the purpose. The purpose of the reading is actually about the journey and how to get there and what can you learn and who will you find and how can you grow from it, right? So I feel like you need to release your need to know all the answers. And I don't know that you know all the answers. I don't know anybody does. But I feel like you've decided that you are just going to do that. You're going to release doubt here. Tell me more about Scorpio. We have the ant spirit, time to collaborate, because the father always does that, right? That's the head of the household, the collaborator, the numero uno, right? And sometimes it's not, right? Sometimes women have to be mother and father, but it says here, time to collaborate. Why are we collaborating? We've got act as if. So this is card number 14, and that is temperance energy in the tarot. So I feel like time to collaborate. It means like, if you are trying to do something in your life right now and you're having a hard time accomplishing it, that maybe it's time for you to call in some friends, call in people that you can trust, people that maybe you've given your talents and creative energy to in the past. I feel like if you are dealing with doubts, if you are somebody who can't release the ending, can't enjoy the journey because you're so focused on what the result of the journey is supposed to be, call in some friends, call in the ants, right? I don't know if you've ever seen a documentary on ants, but they're pretty wonderful. They carry like, I don't know, hundreds of times their heaviness in their body weight, and they know exactly how to organize themselves in order to be successful. The chameleon spirit is telling me that you need to roll with the punches here. You need to go with the flow, because the chameleon, whatever they touch, they turn that color. They go with the flow, right? They're trying to camouflage themselves essentially, so predators can't get to them. Act as if. So act as if it's already yours. Whatever it is you're dreaming of, act as if it's already yours. Transformation is beautiful. I feel like there is something new coming here. It's card number 11, right? This also is balance, but card number 11 is significant because that is a master number, right? So I feel like somebody here I feel like you need to act as if, and that's the way that your transformation is going to happen. That's the way that this manifestation is going to arrive. But you've got to act as you already have it. What does that mean though, right? Like what it would mean is like, are you calling in your soulmate? Let's go with that. Are you calling in your soulmate, your lifetime, your last relationship of your lifetime? You're calling in that soulmate. Well, maybe you go to the linen store because you want to pick up some new linens for your bed. And maybe at that point you're like, what would my twin want? Or what would my soulmate want? What could I pick that would be for both of us? It's like you're acting as already if that person is arriving in your life. Tell me one more card and then we'll get to the tarot. One more for Scorpio. We've got passion ignited. Look, I think for some of you there could be some sort of a relationship coming in here. It feels like you might meet somebody in a group of people, like through a friend, right? Because we do have time to collaborate. You might be collaborating with people when you meet somebody who strikes some type of passion in you. Acting as if you've already got it will bring it in for you. We do have the shadow, which is the moon. It's something that you don't see coming. It feels like something is not as it seems here, my friend. Let's get some tarot on it. Tell me about Scorpio, please, for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. It feels like something is arriving that you don't see. And I feel like for some of you, it could be a new connection. Passion is ignited here because you've been acting as if. And I feel like you've been not manifesting a certain person, but I think you've been manifesting, I feel like this person is someone you don't know. You're not manifesting someone that you know. You're manifesting something new to arrive. And I feel like something new is about to arrive here. Tell me about Scorpio, please. Look, you're a powerful manifester. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new beginning. We've got the Ace of Wands, a passionate, balanced, steady new beginning here that is going to grow. There's going to be achievements coming from this. You might have already met this person. I'm getting this energy of spring from the Ace of Wands. You might have met somebody in the spring and you thought maybe, no, they're not for me. This person is not for me. But listen, sometimes we meet somebody because we're supposed to have the initial contact, Scorpio, and then they go on with their life and they do their thing and then they end up coming back round. And I feel like it's somebody that you don't really know. Like maybe you met somebody, you were hopeful of going out and meeting somebody, and then you met the person and you're like, this person just wants the Ace of Wands. Like they're just looking for excitement. They're just looking for an exciting new path to go on. And I'm looking for the Ace of Pentacles. I'm the one that wants to look for someone who's ready to invest. I want a place to plant this pentacle so I can grow my abundance. And I feel like the person that you may have met is someone who you kind of were disappointed. Like you thought, no, this person's just not for me. Tell me more about Scorpio, please. We've got the Five of Cups. For others of you, I feel like it could be that you want to go on you want to take a chance. You want to take a risk on something. I don't think it's a really big risk, but I think it's the beginning of something. So maybe starting a business, or it feels like something that you've never done before that you're willing to take a small risk on, but maybe you need an investor. And I think that the Three of Swords is telling me that you have doubt that it's going to happen, that this person's not going to invest. We do have the Five of Cups, so I think you're very focused on maybe what you've lost rather than what you have to gain. We do have the Death card at the center. There is transformation here. Something is about to change. If you decide to take this path, the Ace of Wands, the exciting, new, creative path, I feel like there is transformational things that happen on this path. But you have to get out on the path. You can't let what happened in the past hold you back. Because I feel like right now you're kind of talking yourself out of it and thinking about all the things that could go wrong. We've got the Seven of Wands. You might have some pretty tough boundaries around you right now. You might feel like you need to protect yourself from heartbreak, disappointment. I don't want things to go wrong. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the King of Wands. I feel after all of this that you are going to feel inspired. So that's the thing about you, right, Scorpio, that you won't do it unless you feel inspired. You're actually going to weigh out everything, right? You're going to figure out where do I put my money? Where do I put my energy? You're going to be quite strategic and move very slow. Look at things from a distance. It'll take you probably years to make a decision to invest in something that you might be unsure of. Because I think you have some doubt. I think you have some doubt here about, I think that you offer other people a lot of really great advice, and you are like maybe like a fatherly or motherly figure in some people's lives, and you have a talent for getting people, supporting people so they can find their creative self, right? It says here that you have a talent for creative and supporting, talent for creating and supporting life. So I feel like when it comes to others, that you can see around corners for others, and it's like that for those of us who are tarot readers. You know that sometimes you'll go to another tarot reader. I do too. I have someone on the platform that reads for me. So that you'll go to another person so they can take a look at it with a bird's eye view, rather than you having maybe seeing in the cards what you might want to see in the cards. Because it is, and that's why it's so easy for me to read for the collective or for another person, and kind of hard for me to read for myself. So I do feel like there is some huge transformation that's going to show up here in the week ahead. The Death card is at the center of everything. That means that something is ending so something else can begin here. And I feel like it's something that you've really been waiting for. You've kind of been pleading with the universe, please, I just need some change. I need something to change here. Well, I feel like what's changing here is that you are going to get out of this energy of the Five of Cups, of this regret and sadness. You're going to get out of this energy here. And I feel like you are going to end that, but you are going to step into the Seven of Wands, which tells me that you've realized, and this is a really great way to go through life, as long as I have boundaries for me, as long as I keep the promises I make to me, then everyone else, I get to let them be who they're going to be and do what they're going to do, right? And I feel like you're an observer anyway. I feel like in the future here that you do decide that you have the confidence enough to be able to move forward, but I feel like it's still at this place, the Seven of Cups tells me, where there's some confusion because you have so many options. It's not because you don't know what to do. It's like, which way do I go? Which cup do I pick? And I feel like your intuition is going to tell you, because the King of Wands doesn't do anything without being inspired, right? So I feel like you are going to be inspired to move forward to some sort of a new path here. And I feel it's because this Death card here, it's the only major arcana card that you have here, and I feel like the Death card is really prominent energy for you this week. We do have the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which tells me that, it says here this ant energy, right? I feel like you're supposed to engage with people who are reciprocal with you, that you pour into them and they pour back into you, because I feel like that's how you'll get the victory, is talking to people in the pentacle world. Maybe it's a workmate, maybe it's a friend. Take it as it resonates for you. Let's clarify a little bit here. Tell me about the Five of Cups, please. For Scorpio, tell me about the Five of Cups. We've got the Strength card, we've got the Page of Cups, and we have the Queen of Swords. So I feel as though in this Five of Cups, I feel like you are looking into the past, having regrets, feeling like it didn't work back there. Why should I think it should work now? I think it should work now for you, Scorpio, because you have more information, because you're now the Queen of Swords, feminine or masculine. You've liberated yourself from any surprises, I want to say, from surprises, things that you'd be caught off guard about, because Scorpio isn't caught off guard. Scorpio is very observant. Scorpio knows what's going on under the surface. They see around corners. They're very slow and strategic. I'm not going to make quick moving decisions. But I feel that the only reason you're able to move out of this Five of Cups is because of the Queen of Swords. I feel like you liberate yourself from this pattern of thinking that just because it went bad back there, that it's going to be bad in the current moment, because I don't think it will be. I feel like you're courageous, but I also feel like It's like you have a hard time keeping your mouth closed when you know that you know the answer, when you know that it's the truth is here, when you're trying to be honest and truthful. I feel like you're really very honest with other people, and now it's time to be honest with yourself, Scorpio. And I feel like you will. I feel like this 5 cups turns to the 6 when this other page of cups shows up here. And so I feel like you're basically going on nostalgia or memories. And I feel like you can't let it interrupt the here and now, because that's back there. You had no control over it, or even if you did, you can't change it. It is what it is. So it's time for you to move forward here. So I feel like you're getting out of this 5 of cups here, and there is some sort of transformation that's about to arrive in the week ahead. Tell me about this transformation. What does it have to do with here? We do have the 3 of cups. Look, I feel like you're meeting somebody. That's what it feels like. And it feels like it's somebody new. Card number 1. We also have a card number 1 here. This person's going to be collaborative. This person, you might meet them while you're collaborating with other people. We've got the 3 of cups. It feels like you will be out being social, being with other people, or being with a group of people that you know when you meet somebody else. Tell me more about this. We do have the Star. And then we have the Fool. Yeah, I want to say, Scorpio, that if you've been manifesting to meet somebody new, that I feel like this Death card is significant. I feel like when you decide to let go of the past, when you decide to let go of the sadness or regret that you have from the past, and you liberate yourself from that, I feel like the Death card shows up and says, yeah, now we can transform the situation. Whatever is ended is good, because whatever is brand new now must begin. And so I feel like what begins as a brand new path for you. And I think it is, I think that this person is going to be a collaborator that's going to help you with this Ace of Wands and this Ace of Pentacles here. The Fool energy with the Star energy tells me that your manifestation is about to show up. I feel like you're about to take some sort of a new path, and it's going to be through others who collaborate with you. So you've been acting as if you already know that that person is somewhere in your life. You just have to notice them, and I think that you do. It feels like you notice them through friends, that there is a wish fulfillment here for you to have a new beginning, and I think that you will. And why is the 7 of Wands here, please? Tell me about Scorpio. 7 of Wands. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Now it's time for you to make a decision. So you've got your boundaries, right? You've got your boundaries. You know what your criteria is. You know what you're looking for. And you're not going to let just any old body into your life. So you're about to make a decision. The 2 of Pentacles shows up. The King of Cups is here. That's you. That's your energy, right? You're the person who is like, I need to make a decision about what I want to do from here. The Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse, and that tells me that right now isn't the time to make the decision. So what I'm saying is you probably won't make that decision in the week ahead. You won't make this decision. You might meet this person, but you won't make the decision about them in the week ahead, because I feel like you already know them. I think that you've met them before, but you just kind of threw it off as, no, they're not for me. I don't know, for whatever reason, you're like, no, they're not for me. They don't talk a certain way, or they don't look a certain way. And I feel like it's because the Wheel of Fortune is here, because this person was supposed to go away and then come back around. It's like you didn't see it when the universe presented you with the wish fulfillment. You didn't see it at that time, but I feel like it's coming back around. So I feel like next week is not the time that you're going to make the decision, but I feel it's the time that you are sort of toggling with yourself here with the 2 of Pentacles. I need to make a decision about my feelings at some point. I feel like you did meet this person, and it's almost like this person sort of made you feel like, well, you know, maybe that person's not for me, but maybe I should think about being emotionally available and emotionally intelligent and ready to, you know, share my deepest feelings with somebody here. And so I feel like you prepare for that by putting up the 7 wands here, that you're kind of standing your ground before you make a decision. So I feel like next week isn't the week that you make the decision, but I feel like you're thinking about it. You're thinking about liberating yourself from the past, because I think it's the past that's been holding you back from making some sort of big decision that is really going to change your life here. Tell me about the 9 of Pentacles, because it's like you show up in the near future very confident about all of these options that you have. What you know is that you really want to be happy. You also want to have a soulmate or somebody that you feel like you've known forever. I think that all of a sudden you come up with this 9 of Pentacles, the confidence. You know what? I'm just going to stay single until the right person comes along. And I feel like you do have a lot of options, but I feel like you're looking for someone pretty specific here. Tell me about the Seven of Cups. We've got the Ace of Swords, someone who is smart, someone who's a good talker, someone who can talk about the sun, the moon, and the stars, politics, or whatever. You don't want somebody to be talking about all the things you can buy them, or the places you can take them, or the ways you can spend money on them. I think that they have to be very smart, very reasonable. We do have the Pentacles, the 8 Pentacles. It tells me that this person must be a hard worker, possibly self-made, someone who's maybe an entrepreneur, but definitely they must be someone who's smart enough to work on themselves, smart enough to see that they have things they have to work on for themselves, right? And we have the Temperance card, and I feel like this person needs to be balanced. They need to be someone who is listening to the universe, waiting for a shift of energy, waiting for the right time, because I feel like you're the person that feels out the situation, that you don't necessarily see it, that you feel out the situation. So I feel like you need someone who's also quite spiritual, someone who is listening to the universe, someone waiting for shifts of energy to come. What path do I go on this time? Tell me about the King of Wands, and then you'll feel inspired to step forward here. Tell me about the King of Wands, because I feel like the reason you're not making a decision in the week ahead is because you're not feeling inspired to. Tell me about the King of Wands. But I think you're going to communicate with, you might even ask people about this person that you thought maybe wasn't your person. They might come back around too. King of Wands, please. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Swords, and we have the Three of Wands. So it feels like expansion is what you want. This is when you're feeling inspired. When Temperance shows up and you're feeling inspired, the Knight of Wands is here. It's like I've been waiting a really long time. Maybe it is time to say something with the Knight of Swords. Maybe it's time for me to say something, make conversation. I've been waiting for someone like this to show up for a really long time. I feel like it is. Tell me about this Ace of Wands, please. Tell me more about this Ace of Wands. Five of Swords. Okay, the reason that I feel that you felt this person wasn't for you is because they're somebody who I feel had an opposite opinion. It's like somebody who was holding their ground, or they had an opposite opinion, or you feel like, I'm not really sure. I think this person and I might have fundamental differences. So I feel like you were attracted to them. I feel like you felt like they might be an attraction there. Not only an attraction that is romantic, but an attraction that is passionate. I feel like you were attracted to them, but I feel like you're like, based on old information here, you're like, I don't know if I'm up for that again. I don't know, somebody who has very different fundamental things going on from me. I'm not really sure that I'm ready to attack that. But I think that changes. I feel like you start thinking about it in the week ahead, and I feel like that finally you might call a friend and say, look, can I have so-and-so's number? I think it's time for me to contact them and find out what's going on. Passion is ignited here. We do have the Ace of Wands here, and I feel like this person is the person that you've been manifesting. It says here you've been manifesting a new beginning, and it comes through your friends. So I feel like you did meet somebody through your friends who you thought wasn't for you. When this person comes back around, I think you'll be very surprised that this person is actually on the same page as you, and it was just that you met the right person at the wrong time, and that happens a lot, actually, quite a lot. I'm going to go for now. Thank you, Scorpio, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back. You guys take care. I'm out. Bye-bye.